Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope everyone is fine. So let's begin with our discussion on today's topic, that is Old English literature. So in this topic I will be discussing about what is literature and the history of English literature, and more specifically about Old English era and its dialect, as well as its genre, that is Old English prose and Old English poetry. So what is literature? Literature is the word derived from Latin word litera, which means a letter of the alphabet. Literature is the body of written works of a language, period, or culture. It is imaginative or creative writing, especially of recognized artistic values. Now, what is the history of English literature? The evolution of English in England has been an unbroken one. With this development, however, it is possible to recognize three main periods. The period from 400 to 1066 is known as Old English period. The Anglo-Saxon conquest in 5th century AD marks the beginning of the Old English period, and Norman conquest its end. Now there is further dialects of Old English literature as well. There were a number of kingdoms in the Old English period, hence there were a number of dialects in Old English era as well. Out of these, the four prominent dialects were the Kentish, the West Saxon, American, and Northumbrian. So the most popular one is West Saxon dialect. During the Old English period, the West Saxon dialect gained supremacy. There are many reasons for the popularity of West Saxon dialect. The first reason is that Wessex, being the most civilized kingdom among the rest. The second reason is that most of the library works were written in the West Saxon dialect, while the third reason is that riddles and treatises were also written in West Saxon dialect. So the Old English literature, in the course of first 700 years of its existence, English was brought into contact with three other languages: the Celts, the Roman, the Scandinavians. Each of these contacts resulted in addition to its vocabulary. Anglo-Saxon literature encompasses literature written in Old English during mid-5th century to Norman conquest. These works include genres such as epic poetry, hagiography, Bible translation, riddles, and others. Most important works appeared in early Middle Ages, for example, Cadimon's Hymn and Beowulf, written during 8th to 11th century. Now let's begin with Old English prose. The Germanic father of the English brought with them their own poetry, but there is no evidence of them bringing any prose writing. It is developed later than poetry. Old English prose are laws written at the beginning of 7th century and Anglo-Saxon chronicle. This prose was not in proper form. The development of prose took place wholly in England in 9th century as a result of Christianization. So the most important person in Old English prose was King Alfred the Great, who reigned from 872 to 900. He was a father of English prose, and he revitalized English culture after Danish invasions ended. He brought learning and education in England by translating the famous Latin works to English. He formed his own prose following Latin construction as well. His major works include Handbook. Alfred wrote it in the age of 35. It contains quotations. This book was written in 888 AD in English, while the second book is Law Book. This contains extract from diverse code. He also translated a lot of other books as well. Now, Anglo-Saxon chronicles is defined as it is the originally a record of some important annals as well as the birth and death of the West Saxon kingdom. It is the written account of events. Under the supervision of King Alfred, it becomes a full-fledged history and got proper form and regular shape. Alfred is supposed to have written some portion of chronicles. It contains both poetry and prose. As it is not the work of single hand, it cannot be consistent work. The growth of chronicle came to summit during the 10th century. In addition, King Alfred compiled medical information, annals, chronicles, and information for law books. His works were more educational and instructive than artistic and beautiful. Now, the second person in that Old English prose is Alfric. Alfric has been called the greatest English prose writer till Elizabeth age. His works were mostly religious. He translated the first 7 books of Old Testament. That is why he is called as first English Bible translator. His most famous works include Colloquium. That book meant for teaching Latin by means of conversation, while the second book is Catholic Homilies. This book comprises of 2 series of 40 sermons, and he wrote it in vernacular. While the third book is Lives of the Saint. This is the third series of sermon. Alfric wrote it in vernacular language. Now, Old English poetry Old English poetry, the number of the text that has been handed down from Anglo-Saxon period is comprised of charms, riddle, hagiography, and mnemonic poems, such as the Seafarer or the Wanderer, as well as the epic works such as mythological Beowulf or Battle of Maldon, which is based on historical facts. Anglo-Saxon culture had rich tradition of oral storytelling. There are further types of English poetry as well. That is heroic Germanic pre-Christian time period poetry or the Christian poetry as well. There are some features of poetry as well. All the poetry is composed without rhyme in a characteristic line or verse of four stressed syllable, alternating with an indeterminate number of unstressed one. Striking feature in the formal Old English poetry is structural alliteration or the use of syllable beginning with similar sound in two or three of the stressed in each line. Now the second feature is canning. Canning is a significant feature or characteristic of Old English. It is used of compound words with either one word modifying the other, or more commonly with both words meaning relatively the same thing. For example, in Wanderer poem, the sea is called Whale Way, and in Beowulf poem, the sea is called Swarm's Road. In Old English time period, simile and feed also frequently used in their poetry. Now, what is epic poetry? An epic poetry is a lengthy and narrative work of poetry. All the qualities of form and spirit are exemplified in epic poem. Beowulf, written between 8th and late 10th century, beginning and ending with the funeral of great king, and composed against a background of impending disaster. It described the exploit of a Scandinavian cultural hero. Beowulf is destroying the monster Grendel. Grendel's mother and a fire-breathing dragon. In this sequence, Beowulf is shown not only as a glorious hero but as a savior of the people. Another feature of Beowulf is weakening of the sense of ultimate power of arbitrary fate. The injection of the Christian idea of dependence on a just God is evident in that poem. Now there are some famous poets also there in Old English poetry. Most Old English poets are anonymous. There are 12 poets known by name from medieval source, but 4 are known by their vernacular works to us today with any certainty. They are Caedmon, Bede, Alfred, and Cynewulf. Only Caedmon, Bede, and Alfred have non-biographies. Caedmon is considered as the father of Old English poetry. He wrote Hymn, a single line, 9-line poem, known to be the oldest surviving text in English. While Cynewulf has proven to be a difficult figure to identify, recent research suggests that he was from early part of 9th century, to which number of poems are attributed, including the fates of the Apostles and Eileen, and Christ too and Juliana, found in the Exeter books. So, in addition to these religious compositions, Old English poets produce a number of more or less lyrical poems of the shorter length which do not contain specific Christian doctrine and which evoke the Anglo-Saxon sense of harshness of circumstances and the sadness of the human lot. The Wanderer and the Seafarer are among the most beautiful of this group of Old English poems. And that's all from my side. Please like, subscribe and share my channel. Thank you so much.